Okay, in this video, I will prove that it is extremely delusional to not understand that I'm the top martial artist. Okay, character, sacrifice, and character, sacrifice, and focus are very key in martial arts. Okay, and so other people lack the character to be honest about these things. As I start discussing, it'll be clear to you that I'm right. So, what is the truth? What are the fruits of the righteous man? Why is it called the arm in the hand of God and not the foot? Well, it is risky. Obviously, my kicks were better than anyone else that has ever lived in terms of combat effectiveness, okay? Especially when weapons combat, okay? So, but it is risky to kick with the foot. So when you see black people demonstrate superior hand-eye coordination in terms of striking, okay? We see that that's a result of many, many years of them striking with weapons and increasing their hand-eye coordination, spear fishing, what have you, in a way that no other race in the world could do in a comparable manner to those certain types of black people that were doing it, okay? Point number one, Nigeria is significantly more populated than other African countries. It is diverse. To be a martial art king in Nigeria is far greater than being one in any other country. Some of the countries by Nigeria, like Niger, for example, Cameroon, Benin, have smaller populations and somewhat similar populations, but it doesn't have the same pressure cooker effect. It's like comparing Compton to suburban black jocks or something. These guys are going to be tougher, and they're going to fight better, and they're going to have more heart. You see what I'm saying? And so it is in Nigeria. Lagos, I believe, might even be the most populated city in the world. It's up there somewhere, okay? Anyway, so that's point number one. It's also more diverse, so you have diversity. So we see someone who's tall and athletic and coordinated and agile outmaneuvering guys who are big and strong to the point that they have to poison me and fuel me and edit my videos to change the appearance of my movements to make them seem fairy-like. So when I go like this, right, and make it seem funny and circus-like. That's part of reducing the muscle tone, using technology. That's why they've done that. And then this video also proved that you're an idiot if you don't believe me and you believe them instead. 2. Falcon striking with intensity and masculinity versus fairy floating and show arts. Okay? Those people who do not believe that I'm naturally masculine and more potently masculine than everyone else on the planet, they need to be put face to face with a huge Nigerian with a very scar on his face, a very angry King Kong times 10 look on his face, and say that you believe that the king of his Igbos, which is from his tribe, okay, who outmaneuvered his forefathers, his bloodline outmaneuvered his forefathers in martial arts, was a fairy, sissy, ninny bitch, and not the most focused and intense person that ever lived. You see how not only that's a stupid argument to make, but you deserve a fucking serious bone-crushing ass whooping if you make it. Clear cut, no other way could be, no other way, not even close. All right. So consider the warrior evolution that led up to me being forged. Remember, even when we look at right here and compared to the side view, you see a different look, but they made it like these are people who do black faces historically, and they elevated themselves to technology, or to, lowered themselves rather, and they use that technology to make it so I appear like a clown. These are circus, racist, LGBT, white supremacist trash with no heart whatsoever, from the lowest stock ever, who have resorted to mocking God's image in man in the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order. Utterly disgraced, pitiful. I thank God I'm not them. Point number 3, fairy nonsense versus the mixed, pure, masculine Nigerian whose father, who's tall and defiant. Okay, so 6'4", 190 to 198 pounds. Okay, so when you look at me, look at my forearm, I'm not as big as it looks. My body has a certain proportions that allow for world record striking speed, and they fuel me and poison me to create kind of sagging muscles to, because a lot of, it's like an old person with tits sagging, because a lot of white people are out of shape, and their spectrum ends long before the black man's pinnacle, right? It's way down here, and It's like comparing Jordan to Harry Potter. Everyone like Harry Potter, spectrum ends low. Everyone like Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, they're nowhere near comparable to Jordan, me, and so on and so forth. So they've resorted to this, sink into the despicable level of let's sabotage them, like they have all throughout history. Chicago's air quality crisis, Flint's water crisis, Tuskegee experiments, eugenics, on and on and on and on and on. Slave breeding, you name it. They sunk to an extremely low and satanic level. All right. So I have brilliant coordination, anticipation, and mental sharpness. It's, trajectory. So someone's striking at me, I say, where should I block it and how should I respond, right? Okay. One must, it's even called being sharp, like a weapon, right? One must make the distinction between martial art coordination and muscle memory in gymnastics. So you see some female, it's interesting, because even in my reduced form, I could easily outmaneuver a gymnast because their coordination is relative to learned muscle movements, muscle memory. So they do a series of events, right? They do a bunch of handsprings and a bunch of flips or something, okay? Or whatever they do, that doesn't allow them to outmaneuver a martial artist like me, even in this reduced form, because they don't have true coordination. They just have refined muscles and muscle memory and things like that, and kind of mediocre coordination, just enough to allow them to do those gymnastic techniques. Okay, number 4. Boxing and the UFC prove Nigerian martial arts supremacy. Okay, the Eastern martial arts are for Asians by Asians. Now think about Ali. Ali was a martial artist. Why was there no Asian martial artist in boxing, and still isn't this comparable to Ali? Okay, it has, and when blacks are only 13% of America. Okay, it has to do with the actual application of martial arts in combat, especially with weapons, which are done with the hands, and how that's similar to boxing. But Ali isn't that focused. He doesn't have the same brain power I do. The same ability to have sharp surgical strikes. My dad's a brain surgeon, huge Nigerian guy, 6'4", 250 pounds or so, all muscle, and he's cutting into people's brains, and it's surgical, right? He doesn't have that same powerful surgical mind, and I had world record speed before they messed up my body with fumes and poisons for years with over 22 witnesses, okay? So there's that, right? Remember, again, write it down. Muhammad Ali was a martial artist who applied martial arts in boxing. He applied those principles and kind of merged them with the boxing principles, okay? 5. Wrestling shapes versus striking. So Ali also had more of a wrestling shaped body, where I have more of a better than Adesanya striking body, right? A very refined, better than Bruce Lee striking body. Okay, and I have pictures, and they edited those pictures and made it seem like my pecs were more like breasts or something. They worship the Baphomet, which is a dual gender deity that has breasts, so they try to sabotage people. Same crowd that worships the Baphomet, tongue out, right? They're in rebellion against God. Everyone knows the black man's God, so to speak, right? They call soul brothers. So which black man? The black core, King Heart Essence Center core. Okay, temple, right? The essence. I'm the essence of what it means to be black, which is the image of God in top martial arts. Exodus 15:3, the Lord is the warrior, the Lord is his name. Right? In the Hebrews, the sword of scripture is sharp, okay, and it's surgical striking, right? It defines the bone and marrow, it separates bone and marrow and soul and spirit and so on and so forth. It's surgical striking, sharp, double-edged sword of scripture. Okay. 6. It is clear cut. It is my human right to have the admiration of attractive women and their submission. They superimpose the in-cell on the on-cell. And On in Heliopolis is Ra's call center. And Ra in Hebrew means evil, but Ra, and because they're superimposing themselves, Jew and Juju means witchcraft, on the story of the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order. So they said Horus, son of Ra, okay, which means the sun, which is a symbol of God in the Bible, Psalm 19, okay, is to them is evil because he tells them they're wrong, and they start flipping out, go, no, fuck you, we're chosen, and start acting like that. It's the same with the white supremacists. They say the Negro is evil because he questions the white man's narrative. You know what I'm saying? And it makes us crazy. Okay, that's their justification. And Ra is simply, alpha. If you're the alpha of all humanity and you're being cheated and you're the moral alpha, the most righteously intense person, you're likely to go, and be angry. So, alpha, Ra. Roar and Ra are connected. Ra or roar. You know, anagrams, scrambled, whatever. All right, so also consider brain power. This is where they try to get you big time. Pay close attention. Okay? That's why they change my voice trying to make it sound like some gay guy getting a PowerPoint on the PowerPoint and next point on the screen, right? They want me to sound like that And so they edited, they fume me and poison me, use technology, and they edit my videos. And these people are fanatics. Think about Masons with their aprons, like everything has to be in a certain order and a certain appearance. The show must continue, yes. You know, that's that type of bitch ass shit. You see what I'm saying? And some punk ass sissy, you know, go make me a sandwich with the, you know, with pink roller skates type of apron type bitch shit. Anyway, so brain power, B, raw in, right? Raw bin, because they want them to go to hell instead of go up. That's why they didn't just kill me. They're trying to control me and make me appear a certain way, right? Power, right? Pow and power, right? Brain power. Okay? Weapons, we app on. Knife, fine K. They want to kill the righteous man, so some weird frat geek goes like, I'm in a fraternity. I'm gonna grow up to be Mr. Burns. You know, getting all the hot chicks, you know, find out you have to be able to support her, and that's in our system. Right? Some bitch ass fucking shit. Anyway, 7. The Ollie proof. It was an early martial art proof, an application proof. I went over that. 8. Behavior. Okay, behaving in a way that unfairly cheats other races is the result of a sissy state of mind. It is unnatural and inhuman evolution behavior. So, with all due respect, as many as do, the Asian guy, by his language, communicates disrespect to God and me by pretending that their martial artists are better or equal. Okay? Can you imagine? Imagine your Tyson just knocks someone out and fucking Harry Potter jumps on stage with a thong and starts throwing punches. I'm equal to Tyson. Look, I don't necessarily have to be seen as better, but I want to be seen as equal. Is that not extreme disrespect? Now add sacred components to it. They're living a show. They might think that their show is gay. That's like arguing fucking a kid in the ass is gay. But they know they're lying and they know they're cheating me. How can lying and cheating me be sacred to you? It's not the same thing. So the Asian guy's cheating me by his language, his body language, his actions. And the white man by his actions and his words as he harassed me and said, try doing karate instead. Try doing New Age karate, homosexual karate, okay? And they work together with white Jew and LGBT community and everyone else, token minorities, to cheat me. And that's the result of a sissy state of mind. When it came up to be a man and accept responsibility for your actions and do the right thing, they couldn't do it. If you're not even a man, you're not a valid martial artist, and you couldn't be the top martial artist, done.